Okay, hey, how are you? We are moving on to a new topic today, and we are now moving on to technology in sport. Okay, so this is one of the topics that is optional each year, and it's on the 2025 Leaving Cert. Okay, so this is topic 8 in a lot of the textbooks. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is how has technology impacted sports, and the easiest way for us to remember this is to remember how it's impacted the spectator, the performer, the referee, and the manager. If you can keep that in the back of your head, it'll make it a lot easier. So how has it impacted the performer, the manager, the spectator, and the referee? And straight away, you should have 10 examples of how it's affected all them people. Okay? So what we're meant to know is, like I just said, so there it is, their performer, coach, official, and spectator. Discuss your use of technology, okay, and evaluate the role of technology in analysing training and sporting performance. All right? So it's changing a lot. The use of technology is one of those areas that's made a massive impact. What have you seen in the last 5 years? Okay, so even from the football to tennis rackets to football boots to Fitbits to Whoop straps, video analysis, GPSs, like there's so many of them. Okay, they all aim to improve the performance of athletes, enhance gameplay, and improve spectatorship. So we've got jerseys there, we've got watches, we've got lots of different things that will attract viewers and turn things into commercially viable opportunities. Loads of examples of how different things have been: football boots, balls, All Ireland balls, footballs, tennis rackets, badminton rackets, dance shoes, spikes, rowing machines, even treadmills. Even in your own career, I'd say you've noticed such a massive increase in technological developments. Fitbit and photo gates and stopwatches, the old stopwatch there, and now we've got Fitbits that can track our calories and all that unbelievable technology now. So how can they enhance the performer? So health and well-being is one area. So fitness testing can provide vital information which you would have done in your PAP, body fat monitors, DEXA scans to get body fat and muscle ratio, Garmin, Fitbit, Apple, Whoops, steps, distance coverage, speed, heart rate, calories, sleep, training zones, GPS. Unbelievable in terms of how we can track ourselves daily. Heart rate monitors, every Premier League team, rugby team, GAA team would have them to see how, it says professional clubs there, amateur clubs even have them. How effective is training? How far are they running? And are they recovered to train the next day? That's a big area of it. So it's not just, Johnny ran 10 kilometers. It's great now Sheila is recovered from her match the weekend. It can enhance the performer using performance, technique, tactics. You would have looked at this yourself. So motion capture software, video analysis, slowing down the game, coming out from different angles, using a drone, following up training and matches. Really useful. Other training aids then are simulators for golf, climate chambers. That guy's running on an anti-gravity treadmill, so it takes the body weight off him. Loads of different things we can do. In equipment, we have it for badminton rackets, basketball rackets, the speed of cars now. They're more lighter and aerodynamic. Tennis rackets are lighter, more spin and power. Look at the golf ball, golf clubs. So we have equipment, we have performance, and we also have health and well-being. Clothing and footwear, football boots, full body swimsuits. So they're actually banned now because the times were so crazy. Football boots, if you notice the difference in them now, they're very light. And they're meant to have features that increase power. Could also be increasing injury. That's to be argued. Cruciate injuries going through the roof. I won't go into that. Injury prevention. So our tackle suits, our helmets, our pads. Even the newest thing now is gum shields, so you know how hard a rugby player got hit. And then recovery. So we've oxygen tents, cryo chambers, ice baths, and compression trousers. You've seen them, I'd say. Skins, there's some more examples of all them. There's the trousers there. Gareth Bale having a little cryotherapy. Plunge pool, going from hot to cold. That's all technology. There's also another aspect is how we can include more people in sport now through technology. So we have Pistori series, famous for other things now, unfortunately. He was known as Blade Runner. He was really, really fast, was winning gold medals. So lots of people can participate. So we've got a game here where the ball has a sound in it, so we know where the ball is for blind people. I think that's what that game is. We also have different pitches. I'm just going to move around here to make sure the lights stay on. We have pitches and playing surfaces. So we've Astros now. We've floodlights, indoor arenas. Wimbledon hasn't been called off in years because of all this. Okay, so that's another area of it. stadiums and facilities. So if you go to a Spurs game now, it's like an experience going there. You can get a drink dropped to your seat, your phone links your ticket, you can put on your lights on your phone. Think about all the different things that can have now underfloor heating, artificial pitches. So now we're less likely to have a match called off. Okay, so that's a load of areas there in a row. Okay, so we've got well-being. Okay, we have check-in sports, so tactics. We have other training aids. We have equipment, clothing and footwear, injury prevention, and inclusion and participation. And then finally, stadiums. The coach. How has it developed the coach? How has it helped the coach? Communication, WhatsApp groups, MetriFit, altitude monitoring system, tracking sleep and food injuries, injury load, fitness levels of wind being, all this stuff is unbelievable for the coach now. Earpiece to facilitate real-time communication. So there's one guy up in the stand and one guy on the sideline. Video analysis, data by a stats person. Back in the day it was pen and paper. Now that can be live sent to the coach within 2 seconds. Officials. Okay, so I've jumped onto that too much, a bit fast. So this has really helped the coach now, is how he can communicate with his players, how he can communicate in-game, how he can analyse afterwards, and he can get loads of data on opposition and his own team. Very controversial one is the officials. So we have a lot of officials now using technology. You've got VAR, Hawkeye, TMO in rugby. Has it enhanced the game? I'll leave that up to you. You might get a question on that, see if you can answer it. So advancements in gameplay technology have meant the games are fairer, correct decisions. So you think of the goal line technology, I don't think anyone could argue with that. Video assistant referee, it is controversial. You'll have to form an opinion on that. Improved communication between referee and linesman and other officials, that's really good at too, I would say. There's some of your examples. Hawkeye, hotspots in cricket, goal line technology then. It's goal line technology is not in GAA, and there was a couple of goals recently that were goals or not goals, and it was argued, God, should we get it in? Now it's expensive, but it'd probably be to the betterment of the sport, I would feel. There's a little bit on Hawkeye. Advantages, human errors gone. Assist official, improves percentage of correct decisions. Disadvantage, games delayed. Gamesmanship in tennis. So there's a way now that you can ask to see Hawkeye in tennis, and you might delay the momentum of a game, and it's expensive. How is it impacting the spectator? So that's our coach and our official there. And now how is it helping the spectator? So modern technology has enhanced the enjoyment of the sport. So we're now television. We can rewind, slow-mo. We can pick what game we want to watch. We can watch in 3D and 4K. People are watching now just for the analysis alone. Sky Sports 24/7 with Sky Sports News and Sky Sports Football. Technology is helping us network with players through Instagram and WhatsApp, or Instagram and Twitter, or X, whatever it's called, TikTok. Is that a good or a bad thing? You have to form an opinion. The commentary and the analysis is excellent. Look at the punditry there. So they're highlighting key parts. Roy Keane, all of a sudden one of the most famous people in the world. Is he more famous now than ever than he was as a player? Because of his punditry. Stadiums now with the big screens, and there's architectural features, so it's louder and the sound echoes around, and as I was saying about the Spurs stadium as well, floodlights and so on. Officials being able, you can hear the decisions from the referees. If you watched the November internationals recently, where you can see the referees talking to us saying why it was a try or not a try. So that's a new addition to the rugby side of things. Okay, don't worry about that really, but you are meant to discuss how do you use technology. You're going to say you use it from your PAP, you use it with Coach's Eye, you use it with different apps, you record yourself, slow-mo analysis, MyFitnessPal, scat tests, all that stuff. Okay, there's positives and negatives. Okay, so you need to know this. So the ethical issues surrounding use of technology in sport is widely debated. Some believe it's to improve the fairness, while other things take away drama, controversy. I actually don't even know where I stand, but I do know I don't like when someone scores a goal and they're looking around, is it a goal or not? And it's impacting the game. So maybe jot down a couple of advantages and disadvantages for yourself now, press pause, and then you'll see them on the next page. So there's some that are in one of your textbooks. Data on performance to inform goal setting, better performance through enhanced clothing, increased access for all those with specific needs. We often forget about that one. Medical care, so we can go for an MRI or an X-ray now. Fewer injuries, quicker recovery times, that's a brilliant one. Access to information, training programs, social communities through online platforms. Don't have to get pen and paper and get it sent to me. Improve feedback from the coach through technology like apps, GPS, and body sensors. Disadvantages, winning, succeeding, optimizing performance at engaging sport for fun. So if my team all have GPSs and your team doesn't, we're just all about winning now rather than the fun. It's costly, availability, invasion of privacy for athletes in terms of TikTok, Instagram, blurs the lines between sportsmanship and gamesmanship. Okay, so there's a blurred line there now about how much technology we're using, and that sportsmanship, gamesmanship topic we talked about before. Reduce emotional well-being for athletes because they're on 24/7. Okay, some more then positive and negatives in gameplay enhances the sport to be seen. So the cyclist with lighter, faster bike will excite us. Increased competition. Video analysis provides detailed breakdown from coaches, which can work and make changes to training. So we can all analyse each other. So that's probably a good one for Gaelic football. Recently, people analysing Dublin and catching up with them in Gaelic football. Improve accuracy of the referee, which makes the sport fair. Games are longer now. They've addressed that in the Premier League where there was 10, 11, 12 minutes of injury time. Ethics of sport. The best athlete might not always win as others may have better technology. That's a good one for you. And cost can be expensive and not always accessible by all. This may create division between teams and athletes. Finally, to sum it up, you need to know how does it benefit the player, the coach, the manager, and the official. And you need to be able to understand it's benefited them in loads of ways in terms of health, equipment, facilities, healthcare, equality, inclusion. You have to know all of them. I think it's an easy one to get your head around if you break it down that way. And then finally, know the positives and the negatives and form your own opinions. Okay, so that is the beginning of this chapter 8 or topic 8, technology in sport and its impact. Thank you.